Wallet in my pocket. Is there anyone else just have to empty everything in their pockets before they can play guitar? I don't know why I cannot sit here with stuff in my pockets and play guitar. I'm a weird one. Woo! There we have it. That wasn't the best, but hopefully wasn't the worst either. What's up, guys? Back with another video. Finally, on this channel, I'm getting back into it. We're gonna be doing weekly videos on here. I've got my mind made up on this. It's happening. Whether you want it or not, it's happening. So today I want to talk about when is it time to sell a guitar, because everyone has different kind of approaches or criteria for this kind of stuff. Because some people, they like to hang on to all their guitars. They'll have a huge collection, and I think a lot of times we like to say like, no, you shouldn't collect guitars, you should play them. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's not hurting anyone. And if you like to have 200, 300, 400 guitars, more power to you. I mean, like I said, if it's making you happy, it doesn't hurt anyone, doesn't affect anything, then, you know, roll with it. Just rock with it and roll with it. So that's kind of my outlook on that. I'm personally not one of those people. I kind of go through quite a few guitars over the years. Now that I've looked back, I'm like, you know, I've had a decent amount of guitars to where as soon as they stop inspiring me or I stop, you know, playing them so much, I usually quickly sell them and buy something that I think will inspire me more. Now, I think one of the biggest things that people are afraid of is the, you know, selling regret. Like, you regret selling a guitar. And there are a few guitars that I do regret selling, but I'll say this. I never sold any of those guitars because they didn't inspire me. I sold them because I had to. Some of you guys have heard the stories. Just being a broke, you know, starving musician. That's what you got to do sometimes, and you know, having a little baby to take care of, you know, the guitars they quickly don't matter as much as you think whenever you have these dad and life decisions kind of take place. But you know, those are the only ones I don't regret selling them. I just wish I had them back, you know. So I definitely don't ever regret selling them by any means. But anything I've ever sold because it just stopped inspiring me to play, though, or because I was wanting something else, I have not regretted selling any of those. I never think back and I'm like, man, I wish I still had that, you know, Richie Kotzen Telecaster. I wish I still had that green, that's, you know, surf green 70s big headstock Strat. They were all super cool guitars, very, very nice guitars, but they all were replaced with something that I like a lot more now, you know. So for me, if a guitar has sat for a few months, like I have a guitar I'm getting ready to sell. If the guitar has sat for a while and I haven't played it at all, and then I pick it up and I try to play it and it just does not inspire me. Sorry, super loud car. If a guitar has sat for a few months and just has not inspired me to pick it up, I'll pick it up and play it for a minute and see if it still has that spark to it. And if it does, then I hang on to it. But if I play it for just a second and I'm like, and I kind of sit it down and I am instantly reaching for another guitar, to me that's a good sign that I'm not in love with that guitar anymore and I should think about selling it. Just because, I mean, I would rather replace it with something that I like more. You know, I look back at the guitars that I sold. I sold the original SG that I had. Now, you know, I have a different one now. I sold the Richie Kotzen Telecaster. A lot of that stuff led to me getting my gold top or me getting that, you know, my white Strat. And those are guitars I'm going to, you know, hang on to forever. You know, I have a few kind of like of the lifer guitars, and that's two of them, the Strat and the gold top. For sure, I'll probably never get rid of those. I mean, unless I needed to for some reason, then I would. But so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to hang on to those and, you know, give them to Mason or something whenever I'm older, or, you know, whatever the situation is. But I know for me, what happened was, I just posted it on the community section on the main channel that I was selling my 335 because I hadn't played it much. And then, you know, I had a lot of people interested in it, and I ended up taking it down and not selling it. I was like, well, let me just hang on to it a little bit longer, make sure. and that was probably 3-4 months ago or something like that. Probably longer than that. Guess what? I haven't played it at all. I haven't even picked it up, other than to tune it for, you know, one video I needed it in, but I didn't say needed it, just wanted to use it in it. And I'm like, you know what? I need to sell that thing because I want to get an Explorer, or I want to get a Les Paul Jr. So I'm just gonna list that thing again and sell it. You know, I'm like, I've had it this whole time and I haven't picked it up and played it. Why not just get rid of it? Why not play a little guitar? How's that riff go? I gotta learn. I'm gonna do a video on that riff. It's such a cool one. So good. So anyways, that's kind of my criteria for selling guitars. Like I said, I got some I'm gonna sell, some I wanna buy. But one of my biggest things that I'm trying to stick by is that if I want to buy one, I got to get rid of one, because I can only play so many guitars, you know, and I don't like them just sitting there not being kept up on or played. So for me, like I said, I have a want for guitars that are just all different. I don't want very many duplicate guitars. I've talked about this in another video on here as well. I just like guitars that have that extra little unique factor. That new Fender that I just got, the Meteora, I like it because it's got that something, that little bit of something that's different than the Jazzmaster or, you know, the EVH or any of that kind of stuff. And I'm really trying to justify any new guitars I either take on or, you know, purchase, any of that stuff, because I remember a couple videos ago on the main channel I had that yellow and black Bumblebee EVH guitar. Looked super cool. Even my son was like, that thing is cool. And I was like, yeah, I think I wanna buy this one, you know, from Sweetwater, because they're letting me borrow these guitars and I just send them back. And I really sat there and thought about it, and I was like, man, is it that different than this? I mean, I know this one's all reliced out and all that kind of stuff, but at its core, is it that different? And the conclusion I came to is no. It wasn't that different. There was no need, or there's no reason for me to buy a guitar that is so similar to one that I already have. So I sent that one back. I don't have that here anymore. And I have a few more guitars in the back here that I gotta open up that I'm borrowing from Sweetwater for some videos. But yeah, and the other one of them, super cool, I'm sending it back. But then there's this other one that is different that I think I might have to keep. So like I said, I gotta sell something. I can't just, you know, keep all these guitars. But anyways, I think that's the video for today. So let me know what you guys do. What is your criteria for, you know, buying a new guitar or selling one? Like, what, whenever you decide to sell it, what's the, you know, the final straw that you're like, yeah, I need to sell that guitar. So anyways, I'm gonna play more guitar and not sell this one, because I'll keep this one forever, hopefully. EVH is the man, and I'll see you all later. Bye, homies. Oh wait, one thing. Let me know, what are some videos you'd like to see on here? Like, you just want it to all be this talking stuff, or I was thinking about bringing back the 80s gear videos and putting them on this channel, just because I wanted it to be a total fun thing, not a bunch of camera angles. So let me know if you made it here to the end. All right, bye guys.